Hello and welcome to the first episode of creating fan-made monsters for you. The series where I'll be making fan-made my singing monsters and dedicating them to random comments. Inspired by the many Pokemon series of the same name, I'll be choosing a random comment to create and dedicate a fan-made monster to, by spinning a set of wheels to determine the monster's characteristics. The first wheel will decide your monster type. Will they have random elements? Or will it land on Wobbling or Dipster? After that we will spin for the monster's elements. Then we will spin for the type of sound that your monster will make. And finally, we will spin the modifier wheel, which has some very interesting things on it, such as an extra monster variant or form. If you want the chance to have a monster dedicated to you, leave a comment down below as I'll be choosing random comments for the next episode if this does become a series. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Check out my Patreon and merch sites if you want to show me further support, and let's take a look at who'll be getting the first monster in this series. Since this is the first episode, I've gone and chosen comments from my previous video. And the first comment for today is from Samuel Roger Games, who says, I believe that one day I will be able to animate like Nova. I can only draw simple things, but we always start somewhere. We do indeed have to start somewhere. But keep practicing with your art and animations and I believe that you'll get to where you want to be. And I'm glad you enjoy what I make. Let's find out what your monster is going to be like, shall we? First we will spin for the monster type. And your monster is a double elemental monster. But which two elements will this monster have? The first element will be bone. And the second is plasma. A very interesting combination, huh? Very sciencey. They are going to be a vocal monster, which is making me want to try adding a vocal to Plasma Islet. Maybe that's where this bone and plasma monster will go. And will there be any modifiers for this monster? No, not for this one. Let's meet your monster, Samuel. Meet Oozenberg, the blue product monster. Somewhere hidden away inside of the pocket dimension lies a mysterious RV which seems to have made its way into the monster world from our world. It doesn't matter how it got here, what matters is that a monster had been sneaking off from their homelands to experiment inside of this vehicle. Flasks and tubes full of plasmic goops decorate the inside, where Ghast has been creating a new monster. Eventually, Ghast's location had been discovered, receiving a knock at the door. And so Ghast and Glacula team up, using their plasma and bone abilities to their advantage to create Oozenberg. The urn that Oozenberg inhabits is actually a special type of urn that is used to store the fossils of past monster species. Whilst these urns are great at storing those from the past, they also look nice as a decoration, and Zaraway seemed to think the same, taking a handful of them to decorate the Plasma Islet. Oozenberg was amongst the collection of urns brought to Plasma Islet, being mistaken for a typical fossil urn, and is now stuck roaming the gooey lands. Oozenberg would try to sneak around staying out of sight of other monsters, but it eventually crossed paths with Zaraway, who seemed to take a liking to this monster, treating it as their own and welcoming Oozenberg to the cast of Plasma Islet. Let's check out Oozenberg on Plasma Islet, shall we? Before we find out who the next monster is for, I want to go ahead and thank my patrons for continuing to support me. Patreon is a great way to show me further support for those who want to. And if you want to support me and get something physical in return, check out my brand new merch site. I had a great time designing merch for you guys, and thanks to those who have checked it out already. Let's get back to the video. On to the next monster, who is going to be dedicated to Tyler Horn 2601, who says, "These look sick. I'm a huge fan of the work you do for the community. Keep it up and also don't push yourself so hard. Do take breaks every now and then." Thank you for the kind words. I'm definitely going to take a break after editing this video. But there's no time for a break now. Let's spin to find out what your monster will be. Your monster is going to be a triple elemental. Not bad. Which 3 elements will they have? Cold, bone, and plant. A very natural combination. Let's see which sound this monster will make. We have another vocalist. And will we get any modifiers this time? That's a no. Let's see Tyler Horn's triple elemental monster. Meet Macarpling, the cheeky monster. Found standing around in the lands of Cold Island are these very suspicious looking trees. Turns out that this is not a tree at all, but instead a very mischievous Macarpling, waiting for their next victim to wander by. Macarplings look oddly familiar to the honey fuzz trees, which are native to Cold Island, and Macarplings use this to their advantage, standing tall like a tree and scaring oncoming pedestrians. Despite loitering around outside all day, the Macarplings do in fact leave their preferred observing spot to take cover once night falls. A huge pack of cunning Macarplings flee to enter the nearest cave, as Macarplings can't seem to understand the concept of the diurnal cycle, believing that hiding inside of a cave will bring the sun back out. Here is how Macarpling sounds on Cold Island. It's time for the final monster of this episode. And this one is dedicated to Intense Julu 456. Sorry if I pronounce anyone's names incorrectly. They say, "I love you, Nova, you are very cool." Thank you very much. I hope you will find your monster just as cool. Let's spin for their monster type. Your monster is a double elemental. They are going to have the elements air and poison. These elements surprisingly fit very well together. This monster is a percussionist. We almost had 3 vocalists today. And will any modifiers be applied? Yes, your monster will also receive a rare variant. Exciting. Let's check out Intense's monster. Meet Culiciscrape, the mosquito monster. After a collision in the Mirror Earth Island skies between a Tweedle and a Humbug, a new monster known as Culiciscrape erupted from the Deconstructor. The DNA of said Tweedle and Humbug landed into the Deconstructor after their crash, and since this was the DNA of 2 separate monsters, the Deconstructor couldn't deconstruct this DNA any further and instead malfunctioned, combining the DNA into a seemingly impossible monster, the Culiciscrape. This monster might not seem important, in fact it looks rather dumb, but the Culiciscrape pursues a very important goal, which is using their understanding of the poison element to create medicinal antidotes. It does so by using the Deconstructor, of which it came from, to deconstruct their very own poison. This creation of the Culiciscrape using Tweedle and Humbug DNA continued over time to boost the production of medicinal antidotes, but eventually, something went wrong. One time, the Humbug DNA outweighed the Tweedle DNA, resulting in the creation of the extremely toxic rare Culiciscrape. This monster produces poison at such a high speed that they have to wear a protective suit in order to contain it all. The rare Culiciscrape is then left to take on the role as chef, stirring the poison of their common counterpart into the Deconstructor. Here is Culiciscrape and rare Culiciscrape on Mirror Earth Island.
Your hands in the air and move with the sound to the earthquake.
I am a mountain, you are my stone. We come from the ashes of where I arose, and I can be mighty, and you can be strong.
And there we have it, the first 3 fan-made monsters made for you. I really enjoyed taking a shot at creating these monsters and expanding upon their lore through storytelling. If you enjoyed this as much as I did, let me know in the comments as I'll be choosing more comments for the next episode if there is one. Thank you all for watching and I hope you have a wonderful day.